Everyone knows that Rome is the most fascinating city in the world, but there is another place where you can feel closer to this city. Welcome to Washington, D.C. These two wonderful cities are very similar, although you wouldn't think given the kilometers that divide them, and not everyone knows that Washington, D.C. was built precisely in the image and likeness of the Eternal City in the 90s of the 18th century, the New Rome. From the monuments that characterize them, it is already possible to identify some incredibly similar ones.
Don't you notice any similarity? The more attentive eyes will have noticed the similarities between the National Mall and the breathtaking St. Peter's Dome. In fact, the frescoes of the American Dome were made by a Roman painter who was even nicknamed the American Michelangelo. This is the largest obelisk in the world. Don't you remember the one in St. Peter's Square? Here is the latest example, the National Gallery of Art in DC and the Pantheon in Rome, same columns, capitals.
But what makes them different? In a society that relies only on first impact, for those who can look deeply, there is only one big difference between them. When you are in Rome, you are only there. You cannot be anywhere else in the world, because it is unique, historic, and inimitable.
The atmosphere you breathe is filled with years of war and peace. Every brick on which you pass your hand is sharp with events that have affected them. In Rome, you can only walk with your nose up. Too much history surrounds it. It is full of buildings that tell a little of its suffering that invades the eyes of every tourist who feels part of a book that has 2,773 years of life.
Washington, instead, despite being the capital of the United States of America, full of activities and services to use, cleaner and more interesting because the grass is always greener on the other side. When you are in Rome, you can see and feel it.